Our next guest is back by popular demand. Please welcome from Wealthbridge Insurance Solutions, Glenn LaBar.
There he is. Glenn, what's up, man? How you doing?
Great, how you doing, Derek? Thanks for having us back.
Great response from the last segment that we did. People were very interested in the stuff that was going on with Social Security. It's obviously a huge deal, but then there's a lot more to, retirement planning than just Social Security, hopefully.
Absolutely.
And one of those things is rolling over your company contributions in like your 401k or IRA. You want to talk about that today? Tell us, what do people really need to know about that? Because people ask me all the time, should I roll this over? Should I do this? Should I do that? A lot of people want to know the answers to this, Glenn.
Well, the simple answer is yes. You absolutely want to roll over your 401k or your retirement plan from your employer. And here's the reason why. All of them will offer you a lump sum rollover option, but they will all offer you a monthly income throughout retirement. The problem is here. If you accept their monthly income, say they give you $2,000 a month for the rest of your life, and you pass away 2 years later, guess what? You've just lost the remainder of all your retirement funds. You don't have control over the remainder of the funds once you turn on the income. Now, of course, many of them will offer you a spousal benefit, and what that really means is for a reduced amount, instead of $2,000 a month for yourself and your life, individual life, they'll pay you $1,500 a month for your life and your spouse's life. But let's just say, when you both have passed on, there's still money left there that rightfully should go to your children or your heirs, your beneficiaries, whomever that may be. You lose that. So once you turn on the retirement pension type income, you no longer have access or have the ability to capture the remainder of those funds if there's anything left.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So for a lot of these people who are like, let's say, city workers and stuff like that have this retirement benefits, sort of the pension benefits built in, there's actually a lot of strategy, it sounds like, that's involved in trying to figure out the best formula for how to take those benefits.
Absolutely.
When the time comes.
Absolutely. And what most people don't know is once you reach age 59 and a half, you're allowed to do what's called an in-force transfer. So most people say, I'm going to retire at 66, and I've I heard about this rollover, but I can't do it till I retire. Not true. You can roll over any amount you want from age 59 and a half on. And the reason you want to do that, quite frankly, is most of your retirement benefits are in some sort of series of mutual funds or stocks and bonds. And they're vulnerable to the ups and downs in the market. And as you get closer to that retirement date, say age 66, and your money's in the stock market, and all of a sudden we get a downturn a year or two before you're going to retire, there goes 40% of your funds that you were counting on retiring in just a year ahead of time. By doing a rollover prior to your actual retirement date, whatever you roll over, you can put it in more of a conservative, more of a safe environment. And at Wealthbridge Insurance Solutions, that's what we do. We definitely lean on the side of safety. Are we a little more conservative? Well, of course we are, but we're here to protect what you have.
Yeah, a lot of what you do, I'm sure, is about how not to lose money, right?
Absolutely.
Our job is to make sure we don't lose you any money, right? Mm-hmm. That's like rule number one in investing is, how much could I lose here? And a lot of people don't think about that. They're always thinking about how much can I gain? So having these strategies in place is really, really important because there is a lot of risk out there that's super downplayed.
It is.
It's downplayed hugely.
You hear the story. I mean, there was a big crash in 2001. There was another crash in 2008. There's 2 crashes within a 10-year period. If you were, close to retirement during that period, a lot of people had to start over. A lot of people saw the majority of the retirement funds drop due to the fluctuations in the stock market. And by using, a company like ourselves, that will protect what you have and not put you in a position to be exposed to the market fluctuations, it makes perfect sense as you get closer to your retirement age.
Let's talk about those IRAs and 401ks. Because same kind of situation, right? Where people are trying to figure out, what do I do with it? How do I access it? What do I put in? There's different kinds of IRAs. Everyone's 401k is different to some degree.
You're correct.
So how do people even approach? Where do you begin looking at those 2 items that everybody seems to have?
Well, we do a very comprehensive retirement income plan. So there's a few moving parts in that. One is your age. When are you going to retire? Of course, how much money do you need in retirement? The majority of us are going to be receiving Social Security, so you factor in what are you going to get from Social Security, how much have you saved, what is your monthly expenses, and by us gathering as much information as we can, and of course nowadays there's a life expectancy factor. People, a lot of retirement plans were based on people living to 77, 78, but now the average life expectancy is now 85, and that's only increasing. So with a comprehensive retirement income plan, which we can do for you, we'd be happy to offer that for, anytime you want at our office. We could put together a realistic plan, and you'll have a very realistic figure on what you've done up until now or what you need to do from this time until retirement.
So when you say an income plan, what you're saying is we're not just going to say, hey, here's our plan for how we're going to invest your money or where we're going to put it. Here's a plan for how we're going to get you the money you need every month.
Correct.
From now until the end, right?
And like I say, a lot of it's based on what you've done up to this point, but if we can tell you where you stand as of today and where you need to be in 5 or 6 years, it will give you the ability to make the adjustments.
Rebecca, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was going to ask for us younger folk who are just starting our careers, starting businesses, starting our 401ks, what type of advice do you have for really setting ourselves up for that success?
The biggest advice I could say is start. Many people have the ability to contribute to a 401k, and nowadays you can still get some company match in, but a lot of people, from what I hear, aren't taking advantage of that. So if you do have the ability to participate in any type of a company retirement plan, just start and put away 10% and just get used to it being done. I just encourage everybody, take advantage of the company plans that you have access to.
And the pre-tax element is also huge for
Absolutely.
Compound interest and all that stuff. So that's big. I mean, if anyone's ever giving you free money, take it.
Yeah,
I mean, if they're
just do
matching
it.
you, whatever the percentage is, take that money. That's guaranteed return. And what an advantage that is
Yes, sir.
to have. So let's talk about the proactive financial planning element versus the reactive. We know kind of where most people land in this realm, unfortunately, but explain it to us in your words, the difference and how people can be smarter.
Well, we take a proactive approach, meaning we set up a retirement plan. Quite honestly, most of our clients are 55 and over, and as you get closer to your actual retirement age, if that's being 60, 65, 70, whatever it is, the more involved you get with that retirement plan, and the more the safety factor comes into effect. So as we get older, we park more and more money into a safe position. You can get great rates of return now in safe positions, better than you used to. We slowly transition you out of the market, and we slowly start transitioning you into a place of where you're going to be able to have income from in the very near future. What we've seen, and I know it happens out there, once the stock market takes a drop and you've suffered a loss, you'll hear from your financial advisor, your stockbroker at that time, well, now that we've gone down a little bit, we need to make some adjustments. Well, we believe that the adjustments need to be made ahead of time, more of a proactive approach than a reactive approach.
I think that makes a ton of sense all the way around to be proactive, especially when you're looking at your finances, because once that money's gone, it's gone. You don't have any way to reallocate it, right? You've got to have that approach up front.
And if you're 60 years old, you don't necessarily have the time to rebuild it compared to a 30-year-old.
Fantastic stuff. Glenn LaBar, thank you so much for being here. Really
Thanks
appreciate
again
your
for
time
having
today.
me back.
Great
This
stuff.
is great. Thank you, guys.
Fantastic. And stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.